AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground. Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Baylor Tiger.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. This is taken at the 23. A beautiful fake. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Andrews. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Red, cycle. Red, yellow. Cut.
On 1st down, Lance. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards. It's 1st and goal. A chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. Here's Andrews. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They'll run it with Andrews. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Right. Ready.
And Lance going to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now it's Lance. That's complete to Palmer. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals.
Come on, set.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Ready.
That's again complete to Palmer. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Cluster, sit. Hut, hut.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Trey Palmer, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Bengals 14, Jaguars 0. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
10-10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
This pass out wide to Hall. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Herbert sliding out of the pocket. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Lance. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jags are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Ready.
And Lance now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 15.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
2nd and 10. Herbert going to change the play here. They'll give the ball. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. 3rd down and 13. Here's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Andrews. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Black shot. Light blue.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here. Forced out to his left. A dump off this time for Andrews. Touchdown! A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Jaguars nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And just shutting him off there. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Herbert throwing again. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, Ray.
Now it's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, go Lion. Go.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Kyle Pitts as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Sheds off the tackle. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Bengals.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. You're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Shreds it with a stiff arm. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The drive begins with a handoff to Andrews. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Steps away. And he wisely will throw that one away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Red, yellow, black ultra. Ready?
Here's Lance. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
.31 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
5-9, 5-9. Set.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Smith, red.
They begin here with a run by Andrews. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Ready?
On play action, Lance. He'll buy some time right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
On the ready?
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Andrews. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Play action. It's Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Griffith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
That second down play nets a -4.
Hey, Ram.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Go.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going.
Set.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz.
And my goodness, another interception. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 7-yard line.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Herbert now. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
That is caught. There he goes, left side. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Hey, blue, real green. Black shot. Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Lance.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned.
Ready up.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
To throw, it's Lance. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Lance. That's completed right side to Palmer. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Myles Garrett collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Dancing under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Lance looking to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th and goal as they look to finish this one off.
So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit.
This to make it a 3-score game late.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Herbert off of play action.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Herbert.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
To the air again, Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game.
Switch, yellow. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Andrews. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Now a 2nd and 6.
At the 28-yard line.
And Lance now to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now a play fake. Lance. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. The Bengals, yes, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl as we say thank you for watching and good night. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.